Welcome in. I'm excited. I just turned 50 and it's been an exciting week for me. I just give God all the glory. I'm 50 and I'm happy. So today I'm going to show you how I make Ndole. Ndole is a Cameroonian dish made with bitter leaf. I'm going to show you how to wash the dried bitter leaf. Bitter leaf is food and medicine at the same time. So God gave us herbs for the healing of the nations, for the service of man. So you can use a lot of herbs to heal your body instead of just taking medicine, tablets. Use your food as your medicine. So to use Ndole or bitter leaf as your medicine, you don't want to wash all the bitterness out of it. That bitterness is health. If you know me, I love bitter things. And I found out that my body loves bitter things. Our body loves bitter things. It balances our hormones. It brings healing to our body. So don't wash your bitter leaf until there's no bitter in it. Then you're just eating to fill your stomach. You're not getting the nutrients out of it. So I'm gonna speak a lot in Pidgin for this one. But if you wanna, follow along, you can use kale, the nearest veggie out here that you can make Ndole with is kale. Back in the US, I will make kale like Ndole, and some my Cameroonian friends will eat it and ask me where I got fresh bitter leaf from, and I'll tell them no, it's not bitter leaf, it's just kale. So you can totally try this out using kale. This is my stack of bitter leaf. I always tell my people, please don't wash my bitter leaf, just dry it and send it to me, because I want to enjoy the bitterness in it. That's what my body needs. That's what our body really needs. So I'll show you how I wash my bitter leaf without taking all the bitterness out of it. I have a pot here with some water. I've got some limestone, or what we call kangwa. I'm going to add it to the water so that it dissolves as the water gets to a boil. I'm going to bring that water to a boil. My limestone has dissolved. I'm gonna add the bitter leaf in. If you're using kale, you don't need to do this. You just boil some water, chop your kale really small, fine, and then put it in some boiling water, turn off the fire, and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes, and then you squeeze it and rinse it. But for bitter leaf, I'm gonna let it stay in this water for a little longer, because the greens are dry and kind of tough. I have to get them to the level where they're soft enough to be eaten. I'm just putting the bitter leaf straight into the water until I have enough, then I'm gonna stop. I don't know how much is gonna fit in this quantity of water that I have. So if you stay for Cameroon, where you get a fresh bitter leaf, I know it overhard for chop fresh bitter leaf where wash and saute, but the way where you fit do am. Now for dry your bitter leaf first. If you dry your bitter leaf first and then wash them like this, you don't really need for really wash them some way. Yes. I just realized dry bitter leaf, no the over bitter like fresh bitter leaf. Yeah, that's a trick. Especially for people the way they get like high blood and diabetes. You don't want to wash your bitter leaf. Yeah. You need that bitter. Okay, I think the quantity correct. I just put enough way at least there's still water on top. Yeah. I will just leave my main shit on for that hot water. The fire is still on though. You can see the bubble still. I see the bubble, I need to be around. If you leave and you go make foam so they start overflow. So just be corner. I'll cover them for a few minutes. Then I'll open and stir them again. See what I mean? I don't just cover them for a few minutes. It almost can bubble over. So you have to just stay corner. No leave and go far away. So what I'm doing here is just getting the veggies to be soft. So I just try the bitter leaf. I'm just cooking the bitter leaf, make it soft. It can take 10 to 15 minutes to get to the softness where you want. I think it's soft enough. Yeah, I've turned it off. I can work with it. I'll take this to the sink now to wash it. I've got some already peeled peanuts. This is about 500 grams, which is like 2 cups. I'm gonna put it in the water. This is almost another cup, so I'm using roughly 3 cups. I'm gonna rinse it and then put some clean water. While I wash my bitter leaf, I'm just gonna start boiling my peanuts. I have a bowl here and a sieve. I'm gonna pour that into the sieve. I'm gonna empty that. I'm gonna put some cold water in the pot. I'm gonna keep, rinsing it like this till it's cold enough for me to touch it. I'm gonna transfer it into the bowl. Now I'm not gonna wash the bitter leaf. You know how we wash and wash and wash. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna, break them up so they get smaller pieces. Some people actually just take it and cut it with a knife. You can do that. So I just break them up with my hand like this. Make the leaves no over long inside pot. If you also take that, just cut small if you want. So I realized a fresh bitter leaf, the over bitter. Yeah, but if you dry them, that bitterness need the over taste. Now when you cook them for that 10 to 15 minutes so, and then break them up. If you you slice and small step before you put out for hot water. That way you don't even need this step. You just need to rinse the sand out of the leaf them, from the kanwa and from the dry leaves themselves. Some people they take time move others stick them. I know the bother all these small sticks them. Just leave them there. Doesn't matter. You go eat it. You don't finish break them up. As I talk, if you use knife, chop and small. If you like your leaves them smaller than this, then if you use knife for cut and small. But for me that's okay. Alright, so I will just squeeze them now and rinse them. I get another bowl. I'm just squeezing it and putting it in another bowl. I'm gonna sieve this one. My peanuts have been cooking for about 5 minutes. That's done. I'm just gonna turn that off while I finish washing the bitter leaf. So you just want to keep washing until there's no more sand in it. Just rinsing. You can wash it up to 3 times. Just make sure each time you check until there's no more sand and then you stop. As I said, dry bitter leaf is less bitter. The bitterness doesn't come out so strong like when the leaves are fresh. I cooked it for about 15 minutes and then rinsed it clean. You can actually eat it and feel the bitterness. So when I season it and cook it, it will be a little bit bitter, but I get the bitterness and I know it's good for me. So next step, my peanuts have boiled. I'm gonna grind them. For seasoning, you can just do the traditional salt, pepper and cubes and then add your onions. But I know spices, herbs and all that are really good for me, so I'm gonna season it. I get a handful of garlic. Put in my blender. A little piece of ginger. It's not necessary, but I heal my body with spices. So every chance I get, I put some spice and stuff. So a little bit of ginger. got 1 medium-sized red onion. Okay, I'm gonna empty this water out. I'm gonna fill this with water so you can grind easy. Alright, I'm gonna get a pot. I'm gonna add some water to thin this down so you can cook. I didn't grind with pepper because I already have some ground pepper, so I'm just gonna add the pepper in. I love spicy food. I've got some Himalayan salt. That's Himalayan pink salt. So pink salt is also a very healthy salt. I got some soy curls. I'm gonna add them. Soy curls are really healthy. These are just soya beans that have been cooked and made into shapes and dried. They retain everything, all their nutrients and fiber. I'm just gonna cover this and let it cook for some time. You want to cook for at least 20 minutes, stirring maybe once or twice to give the meat a chance to soften. And please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you get notified each time I share. This has been cooking for at least 20 minutes. It's almost done. I'm gonna add some mushrooms. I've got some frozen lion's mane mushroom and some dried porcelain mushrooms for the earthy flavor. So if you were using beef, you would have started with your beef, cooked it, and then added the peanuts in the beef and let them cook till they're done before adding your veggies or your bitter leaf. Taste for salt. 1 tablespoon of miso for sweetness, like that. Just a big pot of food. So I do not eat meat, I do not eat fish, I do not eat crayfish. I'm gonna make tasty ndole with no crayfish. Miso tastes almost like cubes, but without the MSG. It tastes almost like our regular Maggi cubes, but it doesn't have any MSG, so this is a healthy version. I'm gonna cook that for another 10 minutes so my mushrooms can cook. While my mushrooms are cooking, I have a big yellow onion. I'm gonna chop this up and prep it to go in the pot. It's done. You can see how creamy that is. It's time to add my bitter leaf. I will show you the pot as I add the bitter leaf. You just put enough to go with your granite. Don't put too much. So the real cooking for the bitter leaf, the right time when you put them for hot water, because when you mix and now so it needs to stay again for fire, it don't done. Yes, it needs to stay. Just make sure say your meat don't done and your granite don't thick enough when you start mixing. You put small, you mix them, you look at. Yeah, when it correct, stop. I'm sure this should be enough. Let me see. Mix it and see. Okay, see, I don't use all my bitter leaf. I still get some left in my bowl. When I look am so it correct. Yeah, the quantity correct. But that granite I get, the quantity of bitter leaf correct. Now my small pot, this for corner, where I will fry my onion inside. Yeah, the problem with the inside Ndole, I say granite already get enough oil. So the only reason why I go use oil na because I like fried onion. And even for fried onions, you go see how much oil I go use. So the Ndole is ready to be eaten. When I start my weight loss journey, I be cook my Ndole so at this stage it done. I know they add any oil and it's still delicious. So some people they put up to 1 liter oil, 3/4 of a liter of oil, so that the bitter leaf or the Ndole they swim on top a bed of oil. Now there way problem there. Because if you want to lose weight, it not go happen. You try and Ndole, all that oil na just empty calories where your body no need. Yes. When my pot dry, I'll add just enough oil for fry my onions. I use Planters peanut oil. I go put. See, that's like 1.5 tablespoon oil for this huge pot of Ndole. All oil that Ndole need. There's almost no oil in the pot. See, just enough for fry my onion. I'll leave it may fry again small. I'll check on this one. Yeah, I just need the bitter leaf for heat up. Get to the same temperature as the rest of the food because it don't need anything anymore. After you add your bitter leaf, it tastes for salt. You get enough salt. I will use a little bit of nutritional yeast for give them that taste, that sweetness what we look for when we use crayfish. That's about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. I'll mix that in, and then my onions don't fry enough. No extra oil in my pot. There's nothing in there. Okay, I just add the onion in. You just add more flavor for the chop. Yeah, but without the excess oil. Taste it. Tasty. Out of fire. My bitter leaf is done. I'm gonna plate it so you see what it looks like. I have a semi-ripe plantain right there. Let me zoom in on that plate. This is Ndole. There's no added oil, as you can see. Peanuts have oil. It's shiny. When I put the onions, there was no extra oil in the pot, so you can totally enjoy Ndole like this. If you don't want to put on that unnecessary pounds from just empty calories that come from oil, cook your Ndole like this and enjoy it. I'm gonna taste it. This is so good. You can taste the bitter in it, but at the same time it is sweet. So try my Ndole and let me know how you like it. If you really care about your health, you want to eat like this and get that bitterness in your body and heal your body, whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure, stomach disorder, so many things. This bitter leaf, your body is gonna thank you for eating it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check my other African recipes that I'm going to link to this video. See you again on the next one. Bye bye.